What's going on, everybody? Welcome to RnGcRyptO. It's your boy here with you for another video, guys, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about exactly all of the steps that you need to take in order to be eligible for the Peaq airdrop. Peaq is a hot new deep-in chain that people have been talking about. In fact, if you want to learn more about Peaq itself, make sure you check out Altcoin Daily's video. It is linked down below, but this video specifically is going to show you step by step what you need to do in order to participate and be eligible. There's a staking process that is pretty convoluted, so this video is going to help clear that up for you and make it nice and simple. With that said, guys, let's jump right into the video. Before we jump into the step-by-step guide, I want to make sure that I give you a quick breakdown of what Peaq actually is and what some of its use cases are. And you can see I'm currently on Peaq.network, and you can see here it is a decentralized physical infrastructure layer 1 on top of which dApps can build their products. And some of the use cases, if you look down here, and by the way, this link is going to be down in the description so you can go and check this out for yourself. You should also check this out for yourself, by the way. Anything I say or do right now is not going to be financial advice. Make sure you're doing your own due diligence research before investing any money, because you will need to purchase a little bit of a token in order to participate in the Peaq airdrop, but we'll talk about that here in a second. Essentially, some of the use cases that you can see here are goods delivery, autonomous driving, community shuttles, air quality monitoring, Wi-Fi networks, data storage, real-time maps, so a lot of sort of Internet of Things, machine learning or machine-to-machine solutions. A lot of that today sort of ties back into some kind of big tech. What DeepIn allows you to do is actually cut out that big tech, allowing some of those funds, some of that money that big tech is making with those solutions to flow to the people, right? So this is a peer-to-peer environment, making sure that a lot of that money flows to the people. And what's really, really interesting about this solution or about Peaq is its ecosystem. If you look on this slide, you can see immediately some of these big name brands that are coming out, right? Bosch, Tesla, Sony, Jaguar, some of the other integrations that we've got with Wormhole or Fetch AI. So these guys are no small player, right? They have been in the game and have been building and have been developing these partnerships. You can see YCrypt, which is interesting because YCrypt I thought was supposed to launch on Cardano, but I guess they've now switched over to Polkadot, and they've got YCrypt building on Peaq, which is very interesting. So I just definitely wanted to make sure that I show this, guys, because I want to make sure you guys are aware. Peaq is not small shrimp. Peaq is big time. All right, and I think that this narrative is going to keep taking off. DeepIn is going to keep taking off, and Peaq is going to be one of those companies that are really going to thrive in this environment. All right, going back to this, and another thing I wanted to show, some of the press releases, right? Some of the press releases that have already been made with Peaq. Forbes is out there. We've got the Nasdaq. They've been on Yahoo Finance. They've been on some of the German publications like Berliner Zeitung, Berliner Zeitung, Ziele.de, Welt, Automobilwoche, so lots of these, Frankfurter Allgemeine. So there's tons of publications and news outlets that they've already been on, so they're definitely generating, doing a good job marketing and generating some awareness of what they're actually doing. So with that said, guys, I'm going to jump over into exactly what you need to do in order to participate in this airdrop. Stay tuned. So I've hopped over in the blog for Peaq Network, and you can see here breakdown for Crest airdrops. And you're probably wondering, wait a minute, I thought you were talking about a Peaq airdrop. Well, yes, this is for the Peaq airdrop. The Crest airdrop is actually already done. However, the Crest token, if you're familiar with the Polkadot ecosystem, Crest is the test token for Peaq. So in Polkadot, you've got the Polkadot, which is basically your mainnet, and then you've got Kusama chain or Kusama network, which is basically the test network. So what's happening here is Peaq has been testing their dApp, their solution, their layer 1 on Kusama chain, on Kusama network with the Crest token. And this is going to allow a lot of the dApps that are building on top of Peaq or on top of Crest to test out all of their development and all of their coding and all of the stuff that they're working on in a safe environment. So anything that breaks on Crest or on the Kusama chain really has no real world impact. There is still value behind the Crest token because it is very necessary in order to go and do that testing. However, if anything were to get hacked or break, it really wouldn't have any real impact because it is in a test environment. So this is what Peaq has chosen to do in order to sort of filter out all the weak links. So only those that are successful and are building top-notch apps or dApps on top of Crest are the ones that are going to be chosen to be able to go on and build on the Peaq network. And this is going to help make sure that all of the quality on Peaq network is top-notch, making it an even more strong, reliable chain, right? So this is really exciting for me. I think this is a very nice integration, making sure that you're filtering out sort of the weak links. Definitely something to be excited about. Okay, so enough of that. With that said, guys, what you're gonna look at here, and it's right here, guys, at least 2,000 tokens of Crest that you're gonna need to hold in order to be eligible for an upcoming Peaq airdrop. So the Peaq airdrop snapshot has not yet taken place as of the 2nd of February. So make sure that you do this quickly. We're not sure exactly when Peaq will launch. Obviously the token has not launched yet, but whenever we get closer to launch time, they're gonna be able to, or they're gonna be announcing when that snapshot is going to take place. So make sure that you're checking the website, make sure that you're getting into the Peaq Discord, which will be linked down below, as well as making sure to follow them on socials. I'll link those down below as well. That way you're up to date and making sure that you're on top of this. So 2,000 Crest is what you will need to have staked in the Polkadot ecosystem in order to be eligible for the Peaq airdrop. So what do you need to do? Step 1, you're gonna need to buy the Crest token, which is only available on the MEXC exchange right now. Step 2, you're going to need a Polkadot wallet, which you will use then to stake the Crest. So after you buy it, you send it to your Polkadot wallet, and then step 3, you're gonna go into the Crest chain or the Polkadot chain in order to go and stake. And that is really the convoluted part. It took me a little bit to figure out last night, but I figured out, and I want to make sure I make it nice and simple for you. So stay tuned. We're going to talk about that right now. All right, you can see I'm currently at the spot trading window in MEXC for Crest right now. The trading pair is Crest USDT, so you will need USDT to be sent into your MEXC account. If you don't already have a MEXC account, use my referral link down below. It would support the channel. You can create yourself an account. Nice thing about it is that you do not need KYC. You can create one without any kind of KYC. You'll be able to withdraw up to 5 BTC a day without KYC, which is awesome. Again, referral link down below if you want to support the channel. Guys, make sure, again, this is you have to think about this, right? You have to purchase 2,000 of these. They're currently trading at 40 cents. I'm not giving you any financial advice here, but make sure that you are aware that crypto can go up and down in value. If you were to purchase these could go to zero. You have to be aware of that. You have to make that decision, okay? But in order to participate, you will need 2,000 of these tokens. So essentially, after you have created your account, you would then transfer USDT from any of your wallets into your wallet here in the exchange, and then purchase the MEXC token. What you're gonna need to do next is actually create a wallet, all right? You're gonna need a Polkadot wallet. There are different ones. In this example, I'm showing you Polkadot.js. This is the wallet that I personally use. I actually go and download this extension, which the link again down in the description if you want it. You go in here, you download it for Chrome or for Firefox. If you're using Brave, it's built on Chrome infrastructure, so go ahead and download on Chrome. You can see here I've got the Polkadot.js here. What you'll do after you have purchased your Crest on MEXC, you want to make sure you create an account. You're going to have a seed phrase that you have to write down and keep in a very, very safe place. Never ever lose it, because if you lose the keys to your wallet, as you know, you will lose access to your coins, you lose your wallet. So make sure that you're writing down that seed phrase every time you create a wallet. Put it in a safe place. What I do with all my wallets, I write it on paper and put it in a fireproof safe. No kidding. Okay, so make sure that you keep that in a place. Don't put it on your phone or take a screenshot, because now it is open to malicious attempts of getting that stuff from your device. So make sure you keep that nice and safe on a piece of paper. And so after you have created your wallet, you will then go here, copy your address, and then use that to actually transfer out when you withdraw from MEXC, transfer out to Crest. Okay, Crest only has one network that you can transfer on, so you don't have to worry about making sure you select the right network when you do withdraw. It's only one network, so make sure that you go ahead, get those 2,000 Crest. After you purchase them, create your wallet, send it to that wallet address, and now comes the fun part. Stay tuned. Alright, so I'm currently at the docs section for Peaq Network, and there's a lot of information here, and some of that information is pertaining to tokenomics, what Peaq is all about, how to be a collator, which is basically a node, right? How to operate a node. We need 50,000 Crest for that, and also how to be a delegator and how to actually delegate to these collators, however you pronounce that, basically delegate to a staking node. So that is exactly what I'm going to be showing here. This link right here, I'm going to show you down in the description as well, but essentially I'm going to walk through these steps, okay? So first things first that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to go here and click on Polkadot.js portals, right? That's going to take us there. Once you hit there, the first time that you hit this website, it's going to ask you to connect your Polkadot.js wallet, all right? So make sure that you sign that and get your wallet connected. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to go to developer, right? Then we're going to go to chain state first, okay? In chain state, what you want to do is you want to check this select state query, and you're going to change this to parachain staking, right here, parachain staking. After you've selected parachain staking, what you want to make sure is selected also is candidate pool account ID 32. Okay, so that's already selected by default. It's gonna make sure to include options. You want to take that off. Okay, uninclude the options. Once you've done that, click this little plus sign right here. All right, so far so simple. Once you click the plus sign, it's going to give you a whole link or list of different collaterals on this network. Okay, it's going to show the collaterals are going to be identified by ID and stake, which is the ID of the collateral. So this is the address to which you would stake your tokens, and then you see the amount of current Crest tokens that are staked there. Be aware that for whatever reason, Crest uses 18 decimals. So every number you see is going to have 18 zeros behind it. Okay, so make sure that you are aware of that when you're inputting this, and I'll show that here in a second. All right, so that one's got, again, 50,000 is going to be the minimum to create. So I'm going to look for collateral that has 50,000 in the pool. So I'm going to just keep scrolling down until I find one that's got 50,000. So these are all people staking 2 nodes. Here's one that's got 333,000. That one's got about 70,000. All right, I'm just going to keep scrolling till you find one with 50,000. Alright, because that's gonna assure, alright, this one's close enough, 50,100, okay? So again, 18 of these, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 18 of these zeros are gonna be just the decimal places. They're gonna always be zeros, but then the first 5 digits in this case are gonna be 50,100. Okay, so that tells me there's gonna be plenty of room for me to make sure that my stake goes through when I stake. Okay, so this is the one I want to stake to. So what I need to copy the ID right here. Alright, so I'm gonna copy that, and I'm gonna put this in a safe place as well, because once I have staked my tokens there, if I wanted to make any changes, unstake them, add to that same stake, I need to have this ID, right? And you can see this is a very long list of collaterals or nodes that you can stake to. So you want to make sure that you keep the ID for the one that you choose to stake to. Okay, so once you've copied this, you're gonna need this for the next step. You want to also make sure you save it somewhere else so that it's nice and safe, and you can always reference that to come back should you need to make any changes. All right, so I'm going to go again, just in case, copy that. So next step we're going to go back up here to the developer tab. We're going to go into extrinsics. Okay, once I hit extrinsics, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to submit the following extrinsic from system to parachain staking. Okay, we're going to select parachain staking there. Next thing here, it says cancel leave candidates. I want to click on that. I'm going to change this to join delegators, not join candidates, join delegators. Very important. Okay, so that's my selection. Next thing right here in the collator multi-address, I want to make sure that the lookup source is ID, which it is by default. Great. By default, it's going to put in your wallet address right here. You want to take that off, and you want to go ahead and paste in the address to the node that we just selected from the previous screen. Okay, so simple so far. So far, so simple. I can't talk right now. All right, next step. Now we're going to actually add in how many tokens we have. I've already staked mine, but essentially what you would do is, if you're going to do the minimum, you would do 2,000. And remember, now we have to add those 18 decimals. So I'm going to add 18 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, so once you've done that, you're pretty much almost there, right? The next step is to submit the transaction. Okay, I can't do that because I don't have 2,000 to stake because mine are already staked. But this is literally it. Once you submit the transaction, you're gonna sign in your wallet to authorize this transaction, type in your password, and that's it. You're done. Now the next step you can do to verify that you've actually got this done is you can actually go over into another tool that I'm going to show you here in a second, where you can check. So let me actually go ahead and open up that tool. Tools, Subscan. Okay, subscan.io. So what I'll do is I'm going to go into Subscan.io. Remember, you just staked your tokens, right? Give it a few minutes so it actually updates in the system. Go ahead and copy the address that you used to stake, type it into Subscan up here. What you can do here is you can go down here, so I can already check the balance of my wallet. I've got 2,200 Crest tokens and 43 Polkadot tokens. You can tell I'm not very active in the Polkadot network. However, you can change this to staking. All right, and in staking, I can see I have staked 2,200 Crest tokens. So I am good, I'm set. right? And if I wanted to add to the stake, right, to take advantage of potentially more airdrops of Peaq into my wallet, I want to make sure that I reference that same node ID that I told you guys to keep in a safe place after you use it, and then I can go back and add more, and there'll be another video for that. But for now, that is it, guys. I hope you enjoyed the content. If you did, hit the like, hit the subscribe, hit me up in the comments if you have any other questions. But I hope this was helpful. Until next time, enjoy your weekend. Peace and love.
Isn't it lovely? We're in blue, feeling as quiet without you. So try your best to not make a sound. Afraid to say the things we feel now. But isn't it lovely?